The Conjuring House saga just took another insane twist. So we all know, obviously, on October 31st, Halloween this year, the Conjuring House is going to be going up for sale. Andrea Perrin posted a video a couple of days ago, basically pleading for this man right here, Jason Hawes of Ghost Hunters and Taps, to come out and purchase the Conjuring House. Because she wants it in the hands of someone who she knows is going to look after the property. And Jason has always been reluctant to do so up until this point, obviously, right? And he's always said, I don't want the property. I have no interest in taking it over. If I wanted it before, I had plenty of opportunity to take it before Jacqueline Nunes got her hands on it. I don't want it. But now, it would seem after Andrea's video, Jason's had a bit of a change of heart as he posted to his YouTube channel, Save the Conjuring House, yesterday. We're going to take a look at the video and the responses that we've seen over the past, off the back of this video, and we're going to just dive into all of it. So this is Jason Hawes talking about taking over potentially the Conjuring House.
Hey everybody, Jason Hawes here. So many of you have been sending me a video that was recently posted by Andrea Perrin. And if you don't know who Andrea Perrin is, she's pretty much the family. She's part of the family that was involved in the original Conjuring House, which kickstarted this whole franchise. And Andrea made a video pleading for me to step in, to reconsider getting involved in the Conjuring House, because her, as well as many others, have expressed a serious concern on what's going to happen to that property if it's picked up by the wrong individuals. And I understand. I have to say, I not just understand, but I totally agree. It's a concern.
Now, the people that have been touted to get on into this property, right? I'm going to make an entire video on this because everyone seems to want a slice of the pie. So we've got Elton and Matt, who have just bought the Warrens Occult Museum, who have thrown their hat in the ring and said that they are interested. CJ Faison has also said that he's interested in purchasing the property. Sam and Colby have also expressed a little bit of interest. We've also got many other people. I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Bagans was in that mix as well, who wanted to get involved with purchasing this property. And now we've got Jason. So it's gonna be a bit of a tug of war, if I'm honest.
Because what I've seen happen in the past with some of these properties is heartbreaking, because just being priced out of the market and everything else. So that being said, I've said many times that I had no interest in buying the Conjuring House, and I still 100% feel that way. But you all are right. The house is going up for auction. And if someone doesn't step in, it's most likely going to fall into the hands of people who think it's just a money-making machine. And that's not what this place is about. It's not what it ever should have been about. Because the Conjuring House has brought together investigators from all different walks of life, from believers, non-believers, skeptics, debunkers, and it's brought them all together in one place. And it's also been a place where so many of us have connected and so many of us have learned from one another. So, and I think that's important. That needs to continue. So this is something I've never done before. So this is new ground for me.
Now, just before Jason goes on to talk about the next part, I personally feel like somewhere like the Conjuring House at this point is beyond... And I feel cynical saying this, and I could be wrong, but I feel like it's kind of we're beyond the realms of it being anything but commercialized now, right? Like, obviously, when it was taken over by Jacqueline Nunes, when she first bought it and it was all going well, it was a huge hotspot for the paranormal community, and it was very good at what it did, which was a commercial location which provided a paranormal experience from a movie franchise, right? And it kind of mixed the realms of real life with fiction to a degree with the movie, is what I mean. And it did a really good job. But now, because of how much is going to need to be invested into the property, not just for buying it, but for repairs, this is just my personal opinions on this, of course, I feel like it can't be anything but commercialized. And I feel like anybody that purchases it whether it be Jason, whether it be Matt and Elton, whether it be whoever, they're going to want to make money back, right? And I know Jason goes on to talk about this in just a moment, but they're going to want to make their money back, and they're going to want to profit from this property. We've seen it with the Farrar Elementary School with Sam and Colby. We've seen it with the Occult Museum from Matt and Elton. Obviously, they're charging top dollar to get into these properties to do a paranormal investigation, sometimes upwards of $1,000 for a group, which is quite a lot of money. Now, I know the Conjuring House infamously is very expensive to get into. Side Eye Guy did a fantastic video actually breaking this down, the costs and how much it was. I think it was like $2,500 for a content creator to go there. It was a lot of money. Now, this is what Jason has to say to kind of combat that.
But that being said, I think we can do this as a community. I think we can really make this a historic movement and just say enough is enough. So I'm going to be launching a GoFundMe to save this property, all right, to try to save the Conjuring House. And I plan to try to invest as much of my own money as needed to make this happen. Now, this isn't saying that we're going to win it, but we're damn well going to try. And we won't know if we don't try. So I think we as a community and others outside the community, we can all come together and see what we can raise. And if so, then let's get the Conjuring House. Let's save it. Let's fix it back up. Let's open it up. Let's allow people to visit it, to investigate it, to check it out, to spend time there. Not just people who can afford $2,500 or $3,000 a night, or who have huge YouTube followings. This should be for everyone. And the only way to do that is by coming together and as a community and saying enough is enough and really doing this. So now I want it known, first off, if we succeed, we'll form an LLC and we'll involve people who've been parts of the Conjuring House's history to keep it running, to run it daily, because I can't be involved in the day-to-day operations. I just can't.
Now, I don't know what that entails. Of course, I'm not business savvy enough to even sit here and pretend that I know how this is going to work, right? But from what I gather, that would probably include rehiring all of the staff that left off the back of the Jacqueline Nunez saga. Your Brian Danseros, for example, maybe Cody and Satori, giving all of them their jobs back so that they are able to run the day-to-day operations of the business. And then Jason would, I suppose, be like the figurehead who would, I don't know. Like, that's obviously for Jason to decide what he's going to do. But I like this stance so far already, right? Where it's like, right, take the property back under my name, all right, or whatever, and then give it back to the people that made it what it is, which you can't ask for more than that, really. Just kind of reinstating it to its former glory.
But I have no problem stepping forward and trying to be the person to make this happen, to be in charge of it or whatever. But I can't run the day-to-day operations. So we'll figure that out. Again, we can make people from its history who familiar with it, who want to preserve it, who want to make sure that it's being taken care of. We can put them, to make sure they're running the daily operations and going from there. But I just understand that this is purely about preserving the Conjuring House for the community and for future generations. This GoFundMe isn't about making any profit. It'll be whatever's raised. I mean, if we raise more than what's needed, great. Then it'll go into the upkeep of the house. It'll go into fixing whatever needs to be fixed, because this property has sat there for over a year with nobody taking care of it, nobody doing anything. And so we have to have some concerns about the condition it's going to be in, and whether the floors, anything, to be honest with you. And I know many people who'd step in and help out with that as well. So, I mean, if we're able to raise enough to win it at auction, then we'll do it. And if we're able to raise more than enough, then we'll use the remainder for maintenance to fix it up, to get it open as quickly as possible for everyone. and go from there. But I agree. I agree with Andrea, and I agree with so many that this is our last chance to save it. And I would not be stepping in if I wasn't if people didn't plead for me to step in, and if I didn't think that this was one of our last chances to keep this historic property from being lost forever. But I have to be 100% honest where I am in my life. I can't do this alone. I can't. This is going to take the community, the whole community, outside the community. It's going to take everybody coming together and just saying enough is enough. And we don't want to see these properties keep on being turned into these things. Um, so for us to succeed, it's going to take everybody to step up to help save this property. Because I think together we can keep the Conjuring House alive and we can keep it open for future generations. I think that's the most important thing. So, bottom line, if you can help, great. If you can't, totally understand. And I appreciate any support. Uh, as for the GoFundMe, and if it doesn't make enough, let's just be straight. If it doesn't make enough, then whatever. We can have other people in charge of it who can make sure there's refunds, can do whatever needs to be done, and we can set that up as well. But if you all want to see this property saved, if you all do want me to step in, like people have been asking, fine, I'll do it, and I'll do it. I'll do it for everybody. But in return, I need everybody to help out as well. So again, if you can, great. If you can't, totally understand and respect that. So I guess we've got 20 something days, almost a month. Let's see what we can do as a community. Let's see what we can do as people who've just had enough and want to see better.
So, obviously, you can hear it there. There is a lot of sincerity in the word being used and the way that it's being delivered. Jason's clearly, this is... I don't know, I can feel a bit of conflict in Jason within this video, and that's just me being perfectly honest. I feel that there's a bit of conflict in Jason where he's like, this is what he wants to do on behalf of not just the property but the community, and because he cares and he wants people to be able to experience this place. But there's also like that element of him where it's like you can tell he's not doing this because he desperately wants to do this. He's doing this because he doesn't necessarily feel like he has too much of a choice, because he doesn't want it to fall in the wrong hands. That's just how I perceive the way that, the just reading the body language, looking at how it's delivered. Now, off the back of that, obviously, Jason put a GoFundMe down in the description of this. And so far, they have raised almost $20,000, which is 2% of the $1.5 million goal. And that is from 389 donations, which obviously is unbelievably incredible so far, to within less than what we on here. Let me just have a little flick through. We're in 14 hours. So 14 hours ago, he posted this, and within 14 hours, he's raised over $20,000. Now, obviously, it's, this is a fantastic start. So, in the description of it, he has written, "Hello, I'm Jason. As many of you know me from Ghost Hunters, I've dedicated my life to exploring the unknown and trying to make this field accessible for everyone. I've never wanted to buy the Conjuring House. I've publicly stated this many times over the years, and I meant it. But I have been contacted by past owners, employees, residents, all begging me to step in and trying to save this property from people exploiting it and being priced out of the range of the majority of people. If you're unaware, the Conjuring House is going up for auction on October 31st. If we don't step in, there's a very real chance it will be bought by someone whose goal isn't to turn it into a money-making machine. This isn't just another property, piece of real estate. This is a house and it's important part of paranormal history. It's a place that's drawn all types of investigators, believers, non-believers, skeptics, debunkers, all those simply curious across the world. For decades, it has connected people and has sparked curiosity, debate, and exploration. It's a place that has helped keep history alive, and it deserves to be preserved, not exploited. I've decided to act because so many have asked for my help. I believe that there is a community we can make a difference. I've created this GoFundMe to raise the funds needed to save the Conjuring House at auction. I'll personally add as much as possible to give it the best possible chance to succeed. If we're successful, the Conjuring House will be placed into an LLC. and those from the property's history will be there to run it and keep it open. Those who know and respect the true history of the property, they will oversee its day-to-day operations, keeping it open for tours, investigations, and anyone that wants to experience it. I want to be clear, I'm not looking to profit from this GoFundMe, and I have no plans to run the daily operations. This will cost me money. And then he goes on to talk about everything else. Now, obviously, what I like about this is the fact that Jason's just real from the jump. He says within this video, right? He says, listen, I'm throwing this out there, not with the opportunity to be like, you need, like, get me this property. He's like, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I'm not promising I can do anything with it. I'm not promising we'll even raise the funds to make sure that this happens. But if it does happen, you know, this is what I'll do with it. If it doesn't happen, we'll organise refunds. You can't ask for more than that, really, can you? You know, he's done what he can, and clearly against his own wants and wishes to a degree. Now, Satori Hawes over on Facebook has also posted about this, and she's put a very, very long post out about it, kind of talking about the property, talking about what she wants, and basically asking for the community's support in this. And then also, interestingly enough, someone that I didn't expect to kind of chime in with this was the Side-Eye guy. So the Side-Eye guy, obviously, I know him and Jason have got a bit of a, you know, a friendship and stuff, so it doesn't come as a massive surprise that this is the case. But he posted on his community tab stating, I don't normally share GoFundMe as a rule for my channel because it can sometimes get a bit out of hand, but since I made a video and a live stream criticising the way that Elton and Matt are charging such outrageous prices for the Warren's house, then an opportunity comes to where we can prevent this from happening again, and I wouldn't feel right not speaking up about this right now. Jason Hawes has started a GoFundMe. The link for this video has he made explaining the reasons for this are both below. I'm not asking for anyone to donate. If this is something you're against, I understand. I'm just spreading as much awareness with my small channel as I can because I'm sick of the direction the paranormal is going down and the price is being charged. If you're sick of this too, please watch Jason's video and do or do not do what you see fit, and then shares the post. Now, obviously, this has started quite the movement online where people are very keen to try and support the property, support Jason in this, you know, and we can't ask for more than that. But what do you guys think of this? Is it something that you think is good? Personally, I feel like I've always said that Jason is the best hands for it, but I've always been conscious and aware that he's not really not that he's not cared for the property, but he's not interested in taking it on. But at the same time, you know, I also feel like it's a bit of a catch-22, really, isn't it? Where it's like, I would love to see Jason in charge of it, but I wouldn't want him to do something that he doesn't. I mean, he wouldn't have done it if he doesn't feel comfortable with it. Like, let's be real, Jason's that kind of person, and he's doing it out of the care and love for everyone else against what I feel is his own better wishes, if that makes sense. And you've got to respect him for that. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. While you're down there, jump to the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.